So can we talk just for a minute and then I'll have to go? I interviewed Dr. Drew and his daughter, who wrote a book called It Doesn't Have to Be Awkward. It was a great book. It's about talking to teenagers about all kinds of stuff. But one of the things was sex and relationships. And she said something, Paulina Pinsky said something in this book that's really bothered me. So I want to ask you guys if this is accurate. She said the word dating is antiquated. The kids don't date anymore. They don't?
No.
Then what do they do?
Oh, they do.
You hang out, you hook up.
That's what she said.
You hook up, but like some people date.
Some people date.
But dating is usually like more long term. But most people just
you could
like
have a thing with someone and you could like, they call it like a situationship now instead of like
a situationship.
A situationship.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
You've never heard that?
Mm-mm. People just date.
No, we don't in my school. You could be
what?
like talking to someone for like 5 months and never be dating.
Mm-hmm.
You could be like hang out with them. You could like act like you're going out on dates with them and everything, and they could be like hooking up with someone else. And
No, I saw my friend on a date the other day and it was really cute.
But see, I'm like such a big dating person. People don't like labels now. They don't want to be like, a lot of people our age, I feel like, have commitment issues, whether that stems from parents or friends or past like relationships. And so a lot of people don't like the title of it. They don't want to be in a committed relationship where they're like held to standards. Wow.
Oh, that's not like that oh my God.
At your school.
That's not like that at my school. And I kind of like it because I had one friend who like, got all dressed up for this date and she had so much fun and we saw her on this date and she was like, oh my God, I've had so much fun. Like she stayed at the place she was at until it closed and then still was with this guy. Like, and it was like such a normal date and she like had so much fun. And I love that. It's so cute. And we have like so many people that actually go on dates and actually date other people. And I
envy you.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Well, that's how I grew up, obviously. And many, many generations before me grew up was dating and being in a relationship. Not that you can't talk to somebody for a little bit and not be in a relationship. Yeah. That happened.
But for like 6 months.
No,
like that's a whole relationship.
A situationship.
A situation.
So what is a situationship?
It's like
Tatum and I are
dating with. It's like dating without saying that you're dating.
So me and Tatum.
So then,
basically.
So then. You're exclusive or no if you're in a situationship?
It depends. Most of the time, no.
Yeah, no.
But is that communicated between the two situationship people?
It depends. It can be a problem.
Sometimes.
One person will think they're exclusive, the other will not, and then it causes problems.
It's so stupid. No one can communicate anymore. It's so stupid. Someone will say something and they'll like it's weird. It's the same thing where everyone will have a problem with one person, but no one has the balls to go say, hey, we have a problem with you and actually figure out what's wrong. What I do, obviously, because look at me.
Because you're Georgia.
It's so stupid. Everyone's just so scared of everyone else's opinion. Probably from social media, but I really am not in the mood to talk about that for 3.5 hours. No. But everyone's just so scared of what everyone else is going to think of them that they're just stuck and they don't do anything.
So they're judgment phobic.
Yeah.
They're afraid of people
they're
judging
scared
them.
that they're going to be like, oh, she was such a bitch for saying that. And you're like, oh my God,
so
no one cares.
I want to stick with dating because this really scares me, to be honest with you.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know entirely why.
Oh, it scares me too. I just want someone to make Christmas cookies and watch a movie with me.
Exactly.
That can still happen.
That is dating. That's what dating is.
I think you just got to find the right kind of person because there are still a lot of people that still do that. And then there are people that are stupid and are like, I'm in a situationship. You're like, that's not real.
Well, we're just talking.
We're just talking.
That's our school's thing. I'm like, so are you guys dating? They're like, no, we're just talking.
Well, like, I've been talking to this guy for like 4 months.
Well, talking was a term used in my day as well.
Yeah, except talking is now like you could be talking for
forever,
like a year.
Wow.
And you're like, all right, buddy.
But
it's okay because that's
so my impression being the fly on the wall, watching high schools here and there with like Tatum, with Georgia, with other friends of mine who have high schoolers, I don't see a lot of relationships in high schools. I don't see like when I went to high school, almost everybody at some point had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They were in some kind of relationship at some point in high school. It may not have lasted very long, but very few people just never dated anybody all through high school. But it seems to me like the opposite is true now. Most people don't date in high school. And then there's a handful of people who get into relationships. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
So what is the positive of that? And what is the negative of that?
Negative is definitely like hookup culture now. Like,
That's so disgusting.
because
So
people-
hookup culture is people just hook up and have sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like meaningless.
and then it's like and then it's meaningless, and then you could walk by them the next day at school
And not speak to them.
acknowledge each other.
So what is the purpose of that?
there's no, I don't understand like,
There's got to be a purpose or they wouldn't do it.
well, probably just because they're young and they have nothing else to do, which is
have-
stupid.
Sometimes
because-
I know it's like one of my friends, she'll like get with this guy because she really, really likes him, but he likes this other girl, and like she thinks that's the best that
Yeah.
she can do. That's the
Oh.
closest she can get.
people
like-
just they're just in their heads too much.
Oh my
know.
God.
So they're like, oh,
This is killing my heart.
I know.
but it's okay because we're not like that. So it's fine.
Well, I know, but I want to
was like-
understand it
I was one of the
because
few that had a boyfriend for a while. And,
you were.
yeah, in high school, freshman year.
I remember that.
I
It
remember
was
that.
such a good relationship. I still like look back and reminisce on that relationship.
Yeah.
That relationship was really cute.
It was so cute.
It was
really cute.
adorable.
He was the sweetest person ever.
Mhm. But see,
Still is.
my
I
belief,
bet.
here's what I believe. I believe you date people this is another way of you figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
Of like, I like this, I don't like that. And I don't mean sexually. I mean like in a relationship. It could mean sexually too,
Mhm.
but it's like, I like when he opens the car door for me. I mean, that's a stupid
Mhm.
analogy, but you know what I mean? I like just baking Christmas cookies. I don't
Really
need
want
this big
Christmas
fanfare.
cookies. So cute.
But how are you supposed to learn that if you don't ever date?
Don't
How
ask
do you
me.
learn
That's why
that?
it's like people like I got my best friends in college right now, and so I get all the lowdowns and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
She's like, people come to college and they get in relationships for like 4 years straight, and then they'll break up after college, but like they are dating this one person all of 4 years, and she's like, I feel like they're trying to make up from the fact that they never dated anyone in high school.
Interesting.
Or the opposite side of that is they will date people for 2 weeks at a time and then break up with them. Like they say that they're dating, they go out on dates and everything, and then they're like, no, I realized that I don't like this, and this, and like we just aren't compatible in that way.
Right.
But they never went through the talking stage to figure that out before they started dating.
Right.
And I feel like that also
Oh.
stems from like having not figured out like who you are as a person and what you need in a relationship.
Mhm.
Because what you need might be different than like what you want in a relationship technically.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I
feel
think
like it's hard to like figure it all out while you're at college.
people
Right.
still use hookup culture also to like
Yeah.
to just as a safety net, because like I guess getting in a relationship for some people can be like really scary to be committed to this one person, and like if you mess up with that person, that's your responsibility. So I think it's easier for people to just hook up than to like actually get to know this person, which is so stupid in my opinion. But I think honestly everyone just really believes I don't know, no one really knows themselves, which is like you'd expect people to really know themselves now that they're almost an adult, but no one really knows who they are. And so I think it's scary to get in a relationship with someone when you don't know who you are
Mhm.
and you don't know how you're going to act. So I think they'd rather just hook up because it's safer, because
Of the accountability.
because of the accountability.
It's all about accountability. You guys have been made to be terrified of accountability because your accountability is so different than it was for past generations. You know, it was immediate and it was global. Whereas, you know, if I hooked up with the bad boy in town, only a handful of people knew it. If you hook up with the bad boy in town,
Everyone knows.
in theory, the whole world could know.
Yep.
If it's on social media. That's a very scary, different level of accountability. That makes a little bit of sense. But
Yeah.
it makes me very sad because I think it's really fun to date in high school. It's really fun to just kind of date around. It's fun to have a date to the prom
It is.
and think, is he going to kiss me? Is he going to hold my hand? But
Mhm.
I don't see that happening in the high school kids that I am exposed to when my daughter allows me to.
Okay.
I don't really see that happening much, you know? And when she said that dating is an antiquated term and kids don't date anymore, I almost had a heart attack. And it seems like that's true for some places and cultures, but maybe not true everywhere. Because if it's not true at Georgia's school, but it is true at yours, that tells me that what she said is only partially true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better.